This past Sunday, the Lakers made a trade for Dennis Schroder, trading away Danny Green and a 28th pick of the draft. Today, I'm going to break down an article by the Los Angeles Times talking about why the Lakers made that particular trade, and we're going to get started right now. Hi, everybody, it's Retro Yuki once again, giving you guys today's breakdown. If you guys enjoyed all the content so far, please make sure to subscribe and check out that like button. And follow the social media in the description below. And also, our merch store is now open. Check out www.lakeshowtalks.com and go to the store to purchase your items today. LST50 is our code for our first discount, and you will get 50% off your orders starting today until next week. Make sure you guys check that out and the description below as well. So the Los Angeles Times made an article on November the 15th about this particular trade and why the Lakers went after Dennis Schroder. They also detail a lot of the other players made in this trade, made in this team. So let's take a look. So they mentioned that by winning the title, the Lakers are making already a huge statement for this coming season that they are not playing around. And with this trade, they are not playing around by trying to fortify that backcourt before Rajon Rondo and possibly Avery Bradley leaving the team for free agency. And speaking of Rajon Rondo, if he wants to come back, he might want an expensive contract. And of course, when we talked about the trade on Sunday, we said Danny Green and the 28th pick to the Thunder for Dennis Schroder. And speaking of trade market, they mentioned how the market is already open and that Chris Paul already moved to the Suns, and Joe Holiday it could be on the move, and the Lakers could be getting one of those players. Chris Paul, of course, we cannot get anymore. He went to the Suns. So the plan actually for this trade came in as soon as the Lakers won the title. They're like, you know what? Let's go for a trade right now. Let's go. And here's the trade that they go for. Now, what are the Lakers' next moves to go for in the next season? Well, Lakers are actually interested in a player by the name of Wesley Matthews to replace Danny Green as a defensive-minded wing player. They're also trying to re-sign KCP, Dwight Howard, and Morris. They're also waiting for Avery Bradley and JaVale McGee to wait on their player options. Speaking of Schroder, why now that is where they say why did they make the trade? They made the trade because it addressed a concern about finding another playmaker. We've been talking about that particular term for the last couple of weeks. Playmaker, and they're trying to get that third star to support James and Davis. And that's assuming that Anthony Davis is going to resign because, as you guys know, just a few days ago, Davis just opted out of his contract with that video I just mentioned. Now let's talk about Dennis Schroder just for a bit in terms of stats. His stat card is going to appear something to the right of your screen, and he is 18.9 points, 4 assists, 3.6 rebounds, and 2.6 turnovers on average. He is a point guard and shooting guard combo. All right, now I did mention Wesley Matthews. Just for fun, I'm going to give you his stats just in case. 7.4 points, 1.4 assists, 2.5 rebounds, and 0.6 turnovers. All right. Now, speaking of playmaking, James, Rondo, and Davis provided 62% of the team's total assists this last season. And Schroder, when he was with the Thunder, was great with Chris Paul, and Alexander, and he came up as a bench player, averaging 18.9 points and 38.5% from the 3-point line. And he's more of a passer and a shot taker for this particular team. Just note that the trade cannot be officially played until the tomorrow's draft, because if you guys remember, the 28th pick is going straight to the Thunder after the Lakers pick the player. So we still have to wait to see who that player is. By the way, in case I have to do it, I will cover the draft on Thursday, even though the draft is tomorrow. So expect a video on the draft on Thursday. Danny Green with the Lakers, according to the article, averaged 8 points and 36.7% from the 3-point line. He was the first player signed after not getting Kawhi Leonard. Of course, Kawhi Leonard with the Clippers. Defense was the biggest part of Green's game during the season, and by getting Schroder, they got a little bit younger. Now, here's where it gets a little bit more interesting. Now that we are in free agency mode this Friday, you can expect a lot of teams to start going for players, including the Golden State Warriors. Golden State has the second pick in the draft tomorrow, as well as a healthy Steph Curry and possibly a healthy Klay Thompson. And they have a trade exception as well. The other teams you want to look out for this season is Denver Nuggets. They're trying to get their third star. The Clippers, they are fueled by that loss, that 3-1 deficit, 3-1 blow of the lead in the series. And the Brooklyn Nets, they potentially can get a very interesting offseason. Durant, Kyrie Irving, and a future third star, according to the article. So, what does this mean for the Lakers? The Lakers got a head start with the Sunday trade of Dennis Schroder, and now everybody wants to chase. And speaking of this trade, that brings us to our question of the day for this article, and the question is: do you think the Lakers made a good move by trading Green for Schroder? Let me know down in the comments below, and I'll pick out my favorite comment, and I'll talk to you guys about that favorite comment on our next video on Thursday. And here's my current response, or like my take on it. I think the Lakers made a cautionary move. I'm going to call it a cautionary move. The Lakers are making this move in an effort to insurance should Rondo or Bradley opt out of their contracts to go to another team. Bradley and Rondo are yet to make their choice whether to opt out or not for 2021. All right? So that's what we have for this article. Check out these other videos in just a moment. Hi everybody, thanks for watching today's video. Check out the social below and check out the videos to your right and subscribe for more Lake Show Talks content talking about your Los Angeles. We'll see you guys there.